Namaste! Welcome to my channel. So in this video, I'd like to share the major habits that changed my life gradually. I'd like to start with how the realization came to be. All my life, I've lived with no clear direction. It was like choosing and following any path that I could find without knowing where it will lead me. One reason was I still didn't know crystal clear what I wanted, but I remember when I was still a graduating student in college, I wanted to go abroad, but I couldn't. My father at that time was 95 years old, and I couldn't manage to leave him in his last years here in the physical realm. I'd rather be lost in the moment and spend quality time with him than to chase and live my dreams, but leaving him behind. So, years ago, I hit my rock bottom and it was excruciatingly painful. For a couple of months, I was in denial, I became rebellious to myself, and I was so lost. That time I realized I needed to do something. I learned that if we want something we never had, we have to do something that we never did. And so it started with organizing the things that I needed to do. I began to think of getting serious in life. So the first habit that I learned to practice was having a planner. I purchased a year planner for my daily records. People should know the benefits of having a planner. It helps so much with a lot of things. One benefit is for our time management. Sometimes we find that there is never enough time for everything. One reason is that we're not scheduling our time effectively. By using a planner, it allows us to schedule or plot things, meetings, events, or tasks with their corresponding time and dates. This way, it helps us to stay on track. Another benefit is that it can help us improve our productivity. For me personally, I write down major things that I did during the day, things that matter to me. Then I put a check mark on that date if it was productive, meaning if I have accomplished doing the task that I incorporate with that day. And lastly but not the least, is we can always look back to years ago with the exact date, and we can always check what we have been doing, what happened that day, and we can even check the expenses that we have spent, since we can use this in any way that we want to, in any kind that we want to keep track of. In this digital world now, there are many apps for this, but for me personally, I enjoy the traditional way, by writing it down in a physical notebook. Second habit that I learned to practice was reading a book. I'm not used to reading a book ever since. However, I learned that this is one of the best ways to gain wisdom. Imagine that every book was written by years of study, years of experiences, years of practice, and years of wisdom by the author or the writer itself. Imagine how much knowledge you gain by reading. With this, it helps you exercise your brain, improve your focus, your memory, and your communication skills. Practicing this habit reduces stress and improves your mental health. The third habit that I learned to practice was meditation. It came to me years ago during the beginning of my spiritual awakening. I meditate to let go of all the burdens that's weighing me down, to calm my mind, to acknowledge my feelings, emotions, worries, fears, pain, insecurities, to accept that it is there. However, one thing I do is to replace my negative thoughts with gratitude. During meditation, I would feel the love. I attract energy of compassion and positivity in life. I would visualize my goals. I'd feel the connection with the divine. There are countless benefits for this habit. If your schedule is full and you're too busy to do this, well, the more you'd need this. One thing that I could share based on my experience is that after my meditation, I am filled with peace and bliss beyond anything that we can know in this world. So those were my 3 major habits that helped me change my life for the better. However, there are other habits that I'm still learning to practice consistently, since it requires more determination and discipline, and it is what I'm still working on right now. These habits like journaling, more exercise and workout, being more health conscious, and etc. I share these insights to encourage and inspire you as well. Having healthy habits will create a better tomorrow. Also, it helps us focus and achieve our goals in life. Life will give you the right things or the right path the moment you acknowledge that you are ready for it. Just create a big why, and your how will present itself.
You see here, kid? You gotta just go for it. Don't think about what comes after or what came before. You just gotta bend your knees, take a deep breath, and jump. And you might think, what if I fall? Well, what if you don't? What if you fly?